Hello everyone and now welcome to game number 2 here on Terranus Stand XelSing versus Rudan. And Rudan, I just gotta say, pretty much gave that game away. Game number 1. We now move on to game number 2, hoping to see perhaps a better display of skill from the Night Elf. We see XelSing spawning as the blue orc on the top left-hand side of Terranus Stand. Meanwhile, on the bottom right, we see Rudan spawning as the red Night Elf blue orc. As things get underway, it looks like the Demon Hunter will quickly finish off this Renegade Wizard creep camp, picks up a Gloves of Haste, and will be getting to level 2. Meanwhile, back over here, XelSing, now with one circlet of nobility, attempting to take down a Renegade Wizard. Blade Master tanking all of that damage as a good Blade Master should, and will finish it off picking up a Ring of Protection +2, which will most likely be sold. Meanwhile, back down over here, Demon Hunter is going to come over and pull aggro over to the Ancient of War, and this is one of the big strengths of Night Elf on this particular map. The fact that there is so many ranged creep camps here allows this Ancient of War to tank much of that damage, and what this is going to help Rudan do is keep those Moonwells full. By keeping those Moonwells full, he's able to handle any more harassment early on as the Demon Hunter now makes its way out across the field. Alright, Demon Hunter gonna go ahead and make its way out. You can see that the Ancient of War is still attacking just a little bit. And the Ancient of War should really be, it looks like it is still digesting a few trees and regenerating a bit of hit points. Alright, let's go ahead and figure out what's going to be coming back down over here. Blade Master is sitting at level 2. And here on Terranus Stand, we are seeing two, I guess, PvE games as the Blade Master and Demon Hunter are just taking out the creeps. Slippers of Agility have been dropped. Kobold gonna get taken down here, and it looks like this Kobold will end up falling as well, as we are now looking at a level 3 Demon Hunter against a still a level 2 Blade Master. The Demon Hunter did get to 3 here, and we should be looking at a quick tech to tier 2 with either Ancients of Lore or Druids of the Talon. So far as things are unfolding, I can't predict what we're going to be looking at just quite yet. We saw Keeper of the Grove and Bears in the previous game, and that did not turn out well. So will Rudan try and switch things up. Quick mana burn onto the Blade Master. Blade Master now actually suffering a little bit, and a bit of a creep steal there. The Blade Master now trying to run away. Are we going to see a bit more damage being pulled through as the Blade Master may come through to try and finish off this Forest Troll? Alright, damage is being dealt, but all that's going to really happen here is that the Demon Hunter is going to finish off this Forest Troll, get a little bit more experience and gold as the Blade Master now runs away. Wisp down over here, Blade Master Illusion down here, as we are looking at the Tree of Ages nearing completion. Ancient of War getting in a little bit of damage onto that Illusion, nothing really to talk about, as the Blade Master trying to take down this Null Assassin here. It will give the Blade Master level 3, and a second Circlet of Nobility has been picked up. Now, are we going to be seeing Ancients of Wind? Yes, we are. So it is going to be the much more traditional Ancients of Wind with the Druids of the Talon. And also we should be looking at perhaps a Beastmaster being trained up here in just a moment. One Archer, a Beastmaster, and a Demon Hunter can really start to affect the production of the tech of the orc player. That piercing damage from the archers really difficult to shut down here, as we see another quick mana burn onto the Blade Master. Demon Hunter trying to circle around, and it looks like he's going to be going after a Grunt. Oh, beautiful play there. The Grunt able to slip through as the Demon Hunter now trying to run back. The Demon Hunter surprisingly high on armor with 2 Slippers of Agility, getting an additional 1.8 armor and also +6 attack. Now, I am surprised that we haven't seen a second hero as of yet. It is going to be another Keeper of the Grove. Alright, so Rudan opted to go for a second Keeper of the Grove instead of the much more traditional Beastmaster. Now, how is this going to unfold? It means that the Beastmaster and Demon Hunter archers are not going to be trying to press inside the base here at the same exact time. Now, what could also happen is that by Rudan showing this Keeper of the Grove, XelSing may think, okay, it's going to be just like last game. I don't need the Spirit Lodge nearly as much as, say, double raiders for those ensnares. You can see that the Keeper of the Grove is being hidden in the backfield a little bit. I don't know if he was spotted just quite yet, but a couple of grunts will be taking down this, or no, not taking on that bandit there. All right, Shadow Hunter getting a little bit of experience. Keeper of the Grove is coming over. There was an ensnare. Are we going to perhaps see an ensnare onto the Shadow Hunter here? Yes, but the Shadow Hunter is going to be able to get free fairly quickly, as the ensnare, or sorry, the entangle does not last nearly as long. The Keeper of the Grove should perhaps be trying to take down some of those units there, and it looks like that Keeper of the Grove could finish off this grunt here. A little bit of damage. There's a quick hex that did not make its way through, and a speed scroll not being used onto the grunt here. All right, let's go ahead. Shadow Hunter getting taken down there. One more shot onto that grunt will take it down. Not for some reason, not, or getting focused down by the Druid of the Talon in the back there. One more shot from the guy in the back should finish him off, and no, he is going to be able to escape at 4 hit points. More attacks now coming through. Druid of the Talon trying to slip through the defense. There's an entangle onto that Blade Master as the grunt comes back over. All right, let's take a look back around. Finally, that grunt, that 4 hit point grunt taken down here. Blade Master needs to run, or sorry, the Demon Hunter needs to run all the way back. Does get a Moonwell, does regenerate a little bit more hit points, as the Druid of the Talon now taking a little bit of friendly, or a little bit more damage than he would like. All right, a couple of misplays now by XelSing this time around, and now we have Rudan ahead significantly. Those couple of grunts getting taken down early, the Shadow Hunter getting taken out early, and that has been the problem. All right, very low hit point Druid of the Talon hiding in the backfield. Moonstone being used for artificial nightfall in order to regenerate those Moonwells. We're going to be looking at the Keeper of the Grove and the Demon Hunter already making their way here. Going to stop a Great Hall before it's even up, as we now see a Chimera roast. All right, Chimera is being added and being trained up. That is going to be a very, very big deal. I do not believe XelSing is going to be ready for them at all. XelSing has not shown, or has gone for the double bestiary that I mentioned earlier. So it is going to be double bestiaries, and now without anything to show, that is going to be a big problem here. We're going to see a couple of raiders trying to win out this war, but it's just not going to work out here. All right, there's a mana burn. Is the Blade Master going to fall? Blade Master takes one more shot. There it goes. Keeper of the Grove now up to level 2. Staff of Preservation could save a couple of units. There's a Cyclone. Are we going to see a Staff of Preservation? Come on, save the unit. No, goes into the air form, and a beautiful, beautiful play there. All right, another Entangle, and the Demon Hunter comes in, and I gotta say, XelSing lost this game, or XelSing lost this game more than Rudan won it. He just made too many mistakes, and we are now all tied up at 1 game apiece. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 2. Please stay tuned for game number 3.